You're watching a fantasy movie or a sci-fi TV show about some epic battle between good and evil, and then this happens. A wizard or an old sage or some strange creature references an ancient scroll that speaks about a hero that will come one day to win the battle. In these stories, this person is usually called the chosen one or something along those lines. But whatever the name is that they use, everyone seems to know it, and everyone understands this is a big deal. Now, here's the incredible thing. That scenario actually happened in real life. At one point in Israel's history, they were surrounded, threatened with national destruction. The people needed hope. And as if on cue, along comes the prophet Isaiah, and he gives them exactly what they needed to hear. If this moment was in a movie, the soundtrack would swell and the wind would rush, and a ray of sunshine would break through the clouds to illuminate Isaiah as he spoke these words. For unto us a child will be born, a son will be given to us, and the government will rest on his shoulders. And his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace. That's a lot of names, but each one has a powerful meaning. Wonderful Counselor, he would bring to us the perfect wisdom of the Father. Mighty God, he would display the powerful works of his Father. Eternal Father, he would invade time in the name of the timeless one. Prince of Peace, he would bring a peace that would reconcile humankind to their God. Needless to say, this moment of unbelievable hope landed in the hearts of the Israelites so much so that 700 years later, they were still looking for this hero to come. And of course, this child did come. This son was given, and his name was and is Jesus. He is the Son of God who became a man so that humankind could become sons and daughters of the living God. Wisdom, might, eternity, peace. Jesus did not merely provide them, he embodied them. So remember that the next time you watch a movie about a coming hero, and realize that the place swelling in your heart is for the true and matchless Savior, the one and only, the greatest, the most mighty hero that ever was or ever could be, Jesus Christ.